Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from worldwide. I'm Sterling. It's great to have you back on the channel. This is a special 2025 and beyond prediction show. We always try to do these at least once a year. As always, these shows are provided for entertainment purposes only. All the information I share with you comes real time through my guides, angels, extended spiritual counsel, ETs, famous people from history, so for entertainment purposes only. And if you remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all those things really help the channel. I had probably, I woke up this morning and something like over 50, almost 55 predictions for 2025 and beyond kind of came right away from my team. So I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of share them with you. I took some copious notes and I thought I'd just go through those with you. So without any further delay, let's go through some of the predictions coming up for 2025 and beyond. Number one, Malaysia flight MH370 will be found by the end of 2025 while exploring locations in the Indian Ocean much farther north than were previously explored. As I talked about this years ago, my guys were talking about this, and so it looks like it's finally coming to fruition. Number two, the murder case of John Benet Ramsey will actually be solved by the end of 2025 using new DNA research technology and will reveal that it was not a family member, but an intruder that normally wears a professional uniform. Again, I read on this actually 10 years ago, and I saw the professional person, the person with the uniform, but it looks like in 2025, the case will be solved. Number three in the predictions, the U.S. 2024 presidential election interference details will be released to the public and world at large and create a new process for decertifying 45 from the presidency. This will clearly demonstrate the interference program was controlled by offshore groups and initiated by Russia as well as Iran, China, and Saudi Arabia. And I want everybody to please allow the dust to settle. Governments don't always move very fast, but this information is coming. It will get out there. Number four, cryptocurrency will be destabilized in 2025 and then restabilized by the end of 2025, driven by large cryptocurrency exchanges becoming destabilized in 2025 by world events, as well as new SEC involvement and requirements for information. Number five, the Ukraine-Russia war will wind down in 2025, and Ukraine will forfeit 8% of their landmass in an effort to bring the war to a final ending. Massive use of long-range weapons on Russia by Ukraine will actually accelerate these discussions. Number six, nearly all EV vehicle sales in the U.S. will stall until 2026 when new legislation and EV infrastructure investments will be made to install infrastructure nationwide and revive the market. Seven, Elon Musk will continue to be a force around the world, working behind the scenes with world leaders to destabilize democracy around the world and create havoc that only benefits the billionaire class. Eight in the predictions. Canadian politics will start to swing to the far right, similar to the US, and this will create political turmoil for at least the next 4 years. Number nine, new CRISPR gene editing technology for Alzheimer's and various forms of cancer, including colon cancer and pancreatic cancer, will start to be tested aggressively in 2025 and then yield some very important new positive results, kind of accelerating that whole process towards a final vaccine. 10, the first in a series of large football-sized extraterrestrial craft will be witnessed by the world at large, worldwide, in an effort to speed up the introduction of ETs to the world. Many of these will be Palladian spacecraft that are cloaked for much of the time and then uncloaked so that people can see them. Number 11, Putin will be removed from power in 2025 by an aggressive coalition of insiders in Russia as the country initiates a pathway to more economic stability. The Russian economy will be underwater for the next 5 years. Number 12, North Korea will attack South Korean politicians in an effort to destabilize South Korea, but this effort will be short-lived and not successful and will actually be shut down. Number 13, H5N1 bird flu will expand across Europe in early 2025 and then come under control later in 2025 using newly developed vaccines. 14, we will see the installation of a new pope in 2025 due to health issues and problems for Pope Francis, the current pope. 15, China will invent a new EV battery technology power source that can be used for all vehicle applications and start major production in late 2025. Number 16, NATO will start the process of adding 6 new countries to enter NATO. The process will start in 2025 and then complete in 2026. This will include Ukraine. 17, large earthquakes centered in California and the west coast of the U.S. in the 7 range, as well as other areas of the world, including Singapore, China, Japan, India, Taiwan, Turkey, and Australia. 18, drastic stock market swings and corresponding earnings results in early 2025, and then they start to rebound in late 2025, driven by a large number of factors. 19, new COVID variants starting in India and then moving out into the world, but with new adequate vaccine supplies to stop widespread pandemic problems. Number 20, assassination attempt on Putin that is unsuccessful, but will initiate many changes in Russia's government and political landscape, as discussed previously here. 21, the integration of artificial intelligence technology into all social media platforms to safeguard minors, as well as screen misinformation and uncover threats to society like high-risk individuals, including school shooters and mass shooters. 22, new assault weapons legislation making background checks and corresponding red flag laws mandatory for all weapons purchases. That's going to be rolled out in 2025. 23, gun show loopholes stopped and will require extensive background checks and waiting periods now prior to any gun purchases. 24, new 3D printer laws, legislation, and registration in an effort to slow down the production of some types of ghost guns starting in 2025. 25, steady progress for the Canadian economy in the 2 to 3% increase in overall GDP growth, as well as 2 to 3% reductions in the unemployment rate. So it's good things happening, for Canada. 26, the successful merger of U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel in 2025 to the benefit of U.S. Steel and billions of dollars of new required investment. 27, increased levels of public information sharing by the CIA and various military groups around the world regarding the purpose for all drone surveillance, including recent activities in the U.S. as well as around the world. 28, United Healthcare CEO killing, driving new healthcare AI integration technology and review of all healthcare claims with new minimum payment levels and standards developed by Congress. 29, the No Kings Act eventually passes in Congress and limits the immunity defense enacted by the Supreme Court of the United States. 30, the stepping down of King Charles due to health concerns and Prince William taking over daily royal duties. 31, major changes in DEI initiatives for companies, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion, and a retrenching as the world tries to balance DEI initiatives, fairness, with new economic challenges from worldwide far-right groups. 32, final passage of the ERA, Equal Rights Amendment to the Constitution starting in 2025 and then eventually passing as a full amendment in 2026. 33, end of the Israel and Hamas war and the remaining Israeli hostages released in 2025, but sadly, many have already perished. 34, the stranded NASA astronauts will be rescued in March of 2025 using a SpaceX capsule. NASA will continue to have many setbacks in their space program throughout 2025 and not really recover kind of the space program until 2026. 35. Boeing will experience a major downturn in their business and then start to recover by the end of 2025, moving into 2026. 36. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will step down in 2025, and then a far-right male candidate will take his place. 37. Aggressive new deportation programs initiated in the U.S. aimed at individuals that have legal orders for deportation and have significant felony cases against them. 38. The passing of 5 senior U.S. congressional politicians at the top of their tickets and seniority, nearly all at the same time within 2025 due to health-related reasons, not assassinations. 39, Amazon will end up with complete unionization of its warehouse workers in 2025. 40, in 2025, P. Diddy will be sentenced to life in prison. 41, new federal funding programs for metal detectors and automated security gates for all schools in the U.S. 42, new school loan reimbursement programs for many, 100% forgiveness for many, and others, a significant portion of debt, including new types of borrowers, brought into the loan forgiveness programs. 43, the first in a series of medical debt forgiveness programs will start to roll out in 2025 for approximately 15%, that's 15% of the population, then expand in later years. 44, no significant changes in the value of the U.S. dollar or in significant interest rate changes or home prices. However, new interest rate changes and housing prices starting to become more tolerable and affordable starting in early 2026. 45, ongoing conflicts involving the U.S. and China relative to Taiwan's independence, but no major war breaking out. However, many maritime ship conflicts continue in the water surrounding Taiwan. 46, many continuing conflicts in the Middle East, but no major threats to a World War III event breaking out. 47, strong new democratic government and stability for Syria, as well as the starting of significant progress on the initiation of women's rights discussions. It's going to take a few years for that to roll out. Significant start, though. 48, the integration of blockchain distributed ledger technology into all electronic voting systems starts with full integration of all the systems by 2028, but a big start to it in 2025. 49, the merger of 2 U.S.-based airline industry companies that will take months to complete, but take place by the end of 2025. 50, the sale of 2 major motion picture studios to new streaming platform groups funded by offshore countries and companies. 51, Albertsons and Kroger merger discussions will restart, and the merger will actually eventually take place in 2026. 52, new parent company owners coming for TikTok, and that'll be announced in 2025. 53, the very new U.S.-based hypersonic weapons and aircraft testing worldwide that will create trumpet-like horn sounds in the atmosphere, making many wonder what the noises are. These test vehicles will all be moving at Mach 5, 5 times the speed of sound. And finally, 54, significant progress in clean fusion nuclear power technology around the world, leading to the first plants implemented in just a few years by 2030. So, on that note, that completes the predictions, at least the first pass at predictions for 2025 and beyond. As always, you need to reach me. Go to sterlingpsychicmedium.com. Look for the book session tab. Again, I think now there's dates available in May, June, and July of 2025. And if you'd like to participate in our live streams on Friday mornings, Pacific time zone, you can join our Platinum membership. Join button is on the front page of the YouTube channel, Sterling Psychic Medium, as well as our website, sterlingpsychicmedium.com. That gives you not only access to the live streams where we answer a plethora of questions for all the members, but also gives you access to hundreds of videos, instructional videos in the archive. So, on that note, I'm going to wish everybody worldwide happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating, a lot of goodwill, and tremendous love to you and your families. Take care. I will see you all again very soon.